Okay, I will call the taxes election GIS committee meeting to order, please, November 18th. And first thing we'll do is a roll call. Ms. Urick? Ms. Bernal?
Here.
Mr. Templeton?
Here.
Mr. Bailey?
Here.
Mr. Blue?
Here.
And Mr. Slager?
Here.
And I'm Doug Traeger. Okay, first thing we need to do is approve, we don't have any remote attendance. Approve the previous meeting minutes, please. By Mr. Blue, second by Mr. Bailey. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Citizens' comment, there is none. Treasurer, you should have the treasurer report in front of you. Nobody from the treasurer's office is here. The treasurer, along with the recorder and the county clerk, are all off on vacation in some island someplace, I guess, on our dime. Was that right? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't invited, so, yeah.
And these ladies they didn't get to go, so they're all at the IACO conference, which is a pretty good conference for all the elected officials. So if you look at the treasurer's report, there's not much there. You see the investment report as always, and we're still pretty fortunate that we're running about 4% on that yield. Jim expects that to go down some next year, but not a lot. Not anything drastic, I don't think. And then the public safety tax, those figures have been very strong this year. And let's see, they were still, the last one reported on this report is from November. They were still up 19%. So, and real estate tax collections on the front page there shows you how much money has been distributed from the second, third, and fourth distributions, and the total distributed amount was $288,376,343. And the total due was $293,796,392. So the total percent of the real estate taxes distributed is 98.29%. And there'll be more on that as things trickle in now. Okay, any questions on that? We do have a couple resolutions to sign and to pass to forward to the full board. The first one is on the tax sale certificates. These are from various townships. And I was looking to see if there was any big ones on here. I didn't see any, so there are several of those. And could I have a motion to approve these and forward them to the full board, please? Mr. Templeton, second by Ms. Bernal. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, and we have to sign these as always. And you have to sign on the front page, please. And then on the second page where the little sticky is. Thank you. Then the next one we have is, what did I do with it? For the assignment of tax sale certificate of purchase. This is all for one piece of property. And I am not sure how this one works, so we're assigning it back to the tax purchaser, okay, the LaSalle County tax agent. Okay. Final step before they get a tax deed. So I need a motion to approve this and send it to the full board. Ms. Urick, seconded by Mr. Slager. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. And this one we only have to sign on the, okay, thank you. All right, anything else on the treasurer's report that you would like to talk about? Has everybody seen the bills? Okay. Where are they? Who's got the bills? Oh, okay. We'll wait on those then. Remind me to go back, Amanda. Can I have a motion to place the treasurer's report on file, please, by Ms. Urick, seconded by Mr. Bailey. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, County Clerk. Carrie's going to do this for us.
Good morning. Oh, yes. Okay, Clerk Ebner will report both October and November comparisons from 2025 to 2024 at the December meeting. In our election department, Clerk Ebner and Chief Deputy Seneca are at the IACO conference. Last day to file the petitions was November 3rd. Last day for an objection to a petition filing was November 10th. We did not have any objections filed in our office. We are working on getting things together for early voting. First day for early voting will be February 5th downstairs in the basement. Clerk-
What was that?
February 5th is
Okay.
the first day for early voting in the basement.
Thank you.
We are working on getting things together for the early voting downstairs. Clerk Ebner has met with both parties, and they are actively looking for judges where we have vacancies. We are at about 320 judges, and our goal for this election is 480. This is an excellent number for this early in the process. Clerk Ebner feels that the election judge pay at $300 is too high and would like the committee to consider bringing the base pay to $225 and raising the pay for the class to $50. This would encourage the judges to come to class for training and not leave early from that training class. Our new voter registration system conversion is also almost complete. In our tax department, just letting you know, we have very few levies come in now. The last day that they can file levies in our office is December 30th. The tax sale, as you know, was November 13th, and the certificates will get mailed to the tax buyers within the next couple weeks. Our ethics in our office is a new program, and it's working out well. There have been a few tweaks, but nothing major. Those that are required to fill out a statement of economic interest yearly will be able to have the form emailed or mailed to them, as well as reminders if needing, depending on their choosing which one they would like. We will be able to receive the completed statements by email and attach them to the person within the program. And that's all I have today.
Okay, the ethics,
Yeah.
have we had help on the vendor on, or did we need help on getting it set
You know,
up?
they came and did training, so I think after that, now Cheryl's also a big help from IT.
Okay.
So if we have any tweaks, you know, they work together to get
Okay.
those figured out.
And it's working pretty well.
Yes, so far
Okay.
so good.
Okay. Does everybody in the office?
No, there's
Work
just
with that?
certain people that work with that.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Any other questions for Carrie? The clerk's office, what they're doing? All righty.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Motion to accept the clerk's report, please, by Mr. Templeton, second by Mr. Bailey. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, and we'll do their bills at the end of the meeting, too. I have a little, it's not really a report, but it's an explanation that Julie Harris from the Treasurer's Office put together for us one time. Yeah, on these tax sale certificates and, you know, the different terminology and what they all are. And I'll try to remember to get that and bring it to the next meeting so everybody can, because it's pretty confusing on how all that stuff works and all the resolutions work, but I'll try to bring that to the next meeting if I can. Okay, madam.
Hi. Karen's out of the office for the IACO conference in Bloomington. But she did get elected recently for the Zone 4 president of the Illinois County Clerk and Recorder Association for 2026. So she is the one in charge of all of the conferences and everything for next year for all of the clerks and recorders within the state. So it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is, it is. It's nice to have somebody from the county that's in charge. How many people are in that?
Well, it's one for each. There's a clerk and a recorder per county. There's two.
Mhm.
Otherwise, they're combined, and then there's just the one. But every
Okay.
county has one.
Yeah,
And then there's 4 zones, and our zone is like this area. Honestly, I
so
don't know.
probably 50 people, probably.
Probably,
Yeah,
yes.
involved in that,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's very nice.
Okay, so during October, the office recorded 1,376 new documents. This year, we processed just over 13,000 documents, which is comparable to this time last year. The office has brought in $118,485.25 for the general fund for October, and then paid out $60,820.67. The recorder automation fund also increased by $47,243.02, and then paid out $72,904.88. The staff salaries continued to be paid through the recorder automation fund, with only the elected officials' salary coming from the general. We also collected an additional $63,354 for GIS within the assessor's office. Our staff continues to do an excellent job promoting our free property fraud alert program. They currently have more than 2,500 phone numbers, emails, and text messages enrolled to notify property owners when a document's recorded under their name or PIN. Recent legislation passed now allowing the recorder's office to establish a property fraud referral and review process to help owners identify potential fraud. Karen is currently working on the logistics of this referral and review process, which will be available to the public early next year. The office continues to work on back indexing while the daily work is completed and the customer's needs are met. In October, we indexed an additional 6,390 documents. We had budgeted for our software vendor to hire staff to index an additional $20,000 documents on our behalf. That work is now finished, giving our staff the time to review and audit those indexed documents. At this time, our records are available online back to October of 1967. We do offer Laredo subscriptions for businesses, title companies, and attorneys who need ongoing access to our records. Currently, there are 75 participating in this service, which supports any of the title searching and generates revenue for the county. We also provide a third-party online searching service for those who prefer not to come into the office for copies. In October, there were 643 completed searches through our Tapestry website. That's all I have today.
Okay, on the back page there, you can see well, this wouldn't be final, would it? It won't be final till next month.
Right, next month will be final.
Yeah, but this is 11 months, and you can see how it compares with last year's figures on revenue, expenses, and both the equipment fund and the regular fund.
Mm-hmm.
And Karen's usually pretty close with her budgeting figures, so,
She works really hard on those numbers.
yeah. The fraud thing that comes up now, did we recently put in a program that tells people that we have the right to look for things that may be fraudulent? What was that?
There was a notice that she had put out, just to be aware that we're working on a new program for it. Through legislation, they have told us that it has to be established. We have to have this program established so that if there's anybody who comes forward saying, I didn't sign this document, or I think somebody, something's fraudulent here, then they can go in and, we have to be the ones to go through and research all of that to try to figure out exactly what is going on, and we would be the one to notify everyone.
Okay, so I guess I'm looking, I thought it was to notify the public that in the future that the recorder's office had the right to, if somebody brought in a document or something and they thought this does not look right at all, that the recorder's office, and maybe they do now, have the right to look at that document and check everything.
Right, that would be part of it. There was like a list of 17 or 18 different reasons to start to look into the fraudulent documents. Some of
Okay.
them are if we see something that looks fishy, doesn't
Yeah.
look right.
Yeah.
If a customer or an attorney comes to us and says, hey, this isn't right,
Mhm.
we can look into it further. If there's things that just, if we see something that doesn't seem right, it just gives us the opportunity to look into it further and make sure that nothing shady is going on.
Okay. Did we establish those policies in conjunction with the state attorney's office, or?
Yeah, Karen's been talking with
So-
Pat.
She is doing a great job of explaining it. As of January 1st, there was an obligation by the recorders to establish the procedures that she's talking about. One of the things the statute requires is that they give notice that they're going to implement a policy. It has to be a certain amount of days ahead of time, I assume, so that the public's aware, stop bringing your fraudulent documents in by such and such date. It's kind of ridiculous, but I think that's the purpose. So Karen is working on a policy of how the recorder's office will investigate potential fraud of a recorded document. And she's been working with Pat and I on that. And at some point, we'll be bringing that to this committee, I believe, to establish with the hopes to bring it before the board.
Okay. I'm sure it's got to be, well, with all the privacy issues and everything, I'm sure it's got to be just worded correctly so that nobody can accuse us of poking into their business or something
Right,
like
right.
that.
But all of
right?
our documents are public record.
That's, yeah,
So knowing you're coming in to record a document,
yeah,
you're aware that it's a public record, and we do
Yeah.
make sure that, especially documents that, you could bring in an out-of-county birth certificate or something like that, we do make them aware, these are public records, so if anybody searches your name, it's gonna come up.
yeah,
Whether or not somebody's gonna search somebody else's name, you never know.
Yeah.
But it is there for the public to see, so we do make sure that people are aware of that going into it. So title searches are all public record, if gathering information, that's all public record.
Yeah. Okay. All right, and documents back to 1967 are online now, huh? Gee, you're getting up into my
Mr.
age
Chair.
bracket.
Mr. Chairman, I just have a comment when you're done.
Go ahead.
You're done?
Yeah.
I'm glad to see this going in place because now I can stop bringing my little blue cards into the recorder's office because we get them all the time. Those little blue cards that
I have
something.
no idea what you're talking about. Is anybody
Yeah, they
else?
come in the mail.
There's
About
a lot
your-
of
about
things that have
your,
come in the mail that, it's like a third party from California or somewhere trying to sell you your deed.
Oh,
That's public record, but they want
Yeah.
like $180 or something ridiculous to do this for you when you can just come into our office and get it for $1.50 a page.
oh,
So it's not technically fraudulent because they're selling information that's
Yeah.
for the public, so it's just, we have a lot of people that will come in and ask about it because it's just
Hmm.
something that, it's been happening for years and
I've
we've
never
looked
gotten
into
one.
It's
it.
just like a postcard.
Yeah, and then those postcards are newer ones, they're saying something about getting a copy of a mortgage or something. And everything is public record, so what they're
Yeah.
giving you, the information isn't
yeah,
harmful, it's
Yeah.
just, they're wanting more money for stuff that's not
Yeah.
necessary.
okay. Anybody else got one of those? Received one of those? Matt, you have? Okay.
I think it's when you recently record something, so like if you had paid off your mortgage or something recently,
Mm-hmm.
it goes into the it's notify,
Yeah.
people who are, there's subscriptions and everything too. They're not supposed to resell our data, but if they're paying for our documents, we don't know what they're doing with it.
Yeah, right, right. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, motion to place the recorder's report on file, please. By Ms. Bernal, second by Ms. Yurick. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And have you seen the bills yet, Ms. Bernal, or? Oh, you're working, okay. All right, we'll do them all at once. Thank Holly. See you. Another fine job. Okay. Assessor's office. Oh, I got one, I think. Is this what you put in my mailbox? Is that what you put in my mailbox? Oh. Oh, okay. Thank you.
I also attached the GIS report to this.
Yeah.
Colin is at the same conference that all the other people are at, so he's not
Naturally.
here today.
Sure.
He should be here next month. Okay, so our final 2025 C of E count, and that's our corrected tax bills, came to 856. I have filed all the state reports for equalization to the Department of Revenue on October 30th. Something I didn't put in here, which I would also like to let you know, is that we also received back our tentative 1% multiplier from the state. So of course, they have a hearing that's in December, I believe. And once that goes through, then the official multiplier will be published. Publication was completed in the required newspapers, and the notices of change were mailed out on October 28th of '25. The deadline for all board review appeals in our office is December 1st, no later than 11:59 PM, because those can come through email. We're not getting too many calls or appeals at this time. As of today, we have 181 appeals. I also attached the 2025 multipliers. These are published in the newspaper, and the publication for each newspaper can be found on the LaSalle County website. We also published this list of multipliers on the website. I have an employee that will be retiring December 31st. I would like to post for her job internally as of December 1st. If we do not have any interest, I will then post externally for the 30-day period. There's one piece of legislation that I wanted to make you aware of. It did pass November 1st and is waiting signature from the governor. This is the income limitation for the low-income senior freeze. Up until now, it's been 65,000, and they are raising it to 75,000 for 26, 77,000 in 27, and 79,000 in 28 due to inflation. And this will also affect the senior tax deferral program.
In 2029, if there's no more updates in legislation, will it be just stuck at 79,000?
Correct.
Okay, any questions? How are the multipliers compared to last year, Abby? Are they all over the place, or some up, some down?
Well, we had a few.
Oh, it shows that, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we had a few really high multipliers, which we did inform those assessors of beforehand. We had in Hope Township, an 18.5%. Deer Park had a little over 18%, 20% in Manlius. And Bruce also had a 16%. So there were some high ones. 20% was the largest we've had in a while.
So why would Manlius, who redid all their stuff, go from less than one?
The reassessment that was done on more of the newer homes. And now the older homes need to get reassessed.
So people in Manlius got smacked pretty good when they redid everything. Now they're gonna get smacked again. Wow.
As long as she can come in and get the rest of that done, then that should go down.
Okay. Okay. Questions for Abby on the report or anything? First of all, congratulations on passing the
Thank you.
assessor's exam. I know that's a really, really, it's a really, really tough test, and
It was not fun.
next is the bar exam. I've heard that's a
No.
breeze after you do the assessment testing. Oh, Sam?
Yeah, just a quick question. Are the assessors up to date? Everybody, all the assessments up to date? As we got a sheet a while back that some were not even close. Are we still in that situation?
That is correct. We're still working on it.
There was a meeting, or there will be a meeting of the assessors?
So we have our annual assessors meeting, which everybody's been invited to, so you're welcome to come. We, at that meeting, can only instruct them on what to do. As Stephanie has stated in past committee meetings, we can't enforce them. We give out the same information every year, year after year, on what they're required to do by statute, and some of them still just do not do it.
Approximately how many people show up? All the assessors show up, or half?
Last year, we had a really good turnout compared to previous years. But the same ones tend not to show up every year to the meetings.
Mr. Adams, does anybody from the State's Attorney's Office go to those meetings to kind of reinforce what the assessor is telling them about what their statutory duties are?
I don't know the answer to that particular one, but I'm willing to find out. It's not something that I've looked into yet.
That's the first week in December, is it, Abby, or?
December 12th.
December 12th?
Yep, 9 AM at the
Okay.
EMA building.
Here?
EMA. Yep, we go over the statutes. I've been doing this since Linda was here.
December 12th.
December 12th, 9 AM. We instruct them, I give them the handouts. I've been working with the assessors for many years, trying to encourage them to review their handouts to complete what they're supposed to do. And I know Stephanie has been keeping track of that on a spreadsheet for years now, every quadrennial, so every 4 years, I think she's got about 2.5 cycles worth of data on a spreadsheet that she presented. I believe she's handed that out in the past, yes?
Yes.
I did speak with a newer township supervisor at one of the townships who wanted some more information. I did advise them that they have a newer assessor and that she is doing her job. She's trying to clean up a mess from many years of past assessors who did not do anything. So we do have some younger people who are coming in and wanting to learn and wanting to get the job done. So I'm hopeful in the next few years that there are going to be a few people that are going to really dive into this and get this done.
I just would have to think that if it was, we could get where it's supposed to be, that would have, if not a noticeable, a profound effect on what the tax collection is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Is that something, maybe that you could ask Mr. Navarro if he would stop in at that or something, just to kind of lend the legal side to this discussion that the assessors have? That it's not something that the assessors are making up, that it is statutory duties. That's something that we could talk to Mr. Navarro about, or you could talk to him and ask him if he would show up or designate someone to show up that,
Well, I know
Yeah.
that letters were sent several years ago, I don't remember what year it was, from the state's attorney's office,
Yeah.
but I don't know what was followed through on that. It is only a $500 fine if they don't
Right.
do their job.
Yeah.
So that's a slap on the wrist.
Jill?
And is it true that some are elected and some are appointed?
There's a
Contracted.
lot of contracted ones too, so.
So there's really three.
Right, to be elected, you have to be living in that township and get on the ballot. The other ones are appointed because they don't have anybody to run, same with the contracted. We have, probably have quite a few contracted at this point, just because there is nobody that wants to do this.
And how much do they get paid?
It all depends, they'd have to go through the township, they're all different.
Oh, it's all different?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Mr. Chairman.
Jeremiah, you're gonna, okay. Go ahead, Mr. Chairman.
For the quadrennial, do you have the number of parcels that each of the assessors have done for the different townships
That, yeah, that's on the spreadsheet.
and spreadsheet? Mm-hmm. Okay, as you're moving through as the quadrennial on that, has the office ever sent out letters to the assessors reminding them of their progression through their township in regards to the quadrennial and how many parcels they've assessed or
So,
reassessed?
going back to the letter that was sent out from the state's attorney's office, I believe that Stephanie also had meetings with the assessors who were not performing or getting done what they needed to do for the quadrennial. They actually had a meeting with the state's attorney. So-
I'm wondering if a letter to them as the time goes through the quadrennial, that it would act as a reminder and a record of that work being done.
Well, I mean, I'll send out a letter, but our annual assessors meeting is supposed to be that notification that their job is supposed to be getting done. We state the quadrennial statute, we state the non-quadrennial year statute and what they're supposed to have done. And there are some that just choose to disregard. And what do you do? I mean, it's been a fight in our office for years.
Okay.
How do you get them to do their job?
If you give me a list of the people who are not compliant, who have not been paying attention, I mean, the alternative is a letter's one thing, but showing up at a township meeting's another. And so, I mean, there are alternatives to making it more known. I'm realizing that the passive approach is more useful, or is preferable. If they're not doing their job, there are other means.
And Stephanie did go to the townships. She did have meetings with them and explain to them what needed to be done. So she did make an effort, and she went out and met with all the townships that were willing to meet with her. Some turned a blind eye, some did not.
So to a certain extent, though, you know, some of them are contracted. So perhaps a look at those contracts, particularly by the multi-township or township supervisors as to if they're completing their contract.
Correct.
You want to look at the township contracts? They have with.
Yeah, I'm in the process of trying to find ours. See, if it's a multi-township, this is what I learned, if it's a multi-township assessor, then the way I understand it, each of the supervisors in those townships are on the multi-township assessor board. It's sort of separate from the township itself. And that's what I'm looking into, the contract, those that are contracted, what do those contracts look like? Because as far as I'm concerned, if the townships are going to enter into a contract with an assessor, in my mind, that contract should have some type of incentive to promote them doing their job throughout the quadrennial, instead of just a blank salary per year with equipment and hardware and everything to do their job. To me, there should be a certain incentive in that contract to get that job done.
But they might tell you the same thing they've been telling Stephanie in the assessor's office, so that's our business, we'll do it.
Well, but to a certain extent, it's the township supervisors that are involved in that situation in
Yeah.
a contracted multi-township assessor,
Right.
that's part of their due diligence to make sure that that job is getting done properly or they're contracted appropriately.
Right.
Yeah.
And that should all be public information.
I'm trying
I
to
mean-
find ours.
I mean, if it's a contract with the public body, it should be public information. Yeah. Okay. You want to run through GIS, or you want us to just look at it?
No, you can look at that. That's out of my scope.
The only thing I was going to ask you about, but you can ask Colin about, was the city ward maps, and city maps are in progress. I guess I forgot we were doing that. That, I would think, would be a pretty good thing, so. And we have the draft of these big maps ready for review, I see.
Yes, you were not here for that meeting.
No,
Doug,
Yes,
I
I
think you
was.
left. I think you left the meeting
Yes, you
last month
did.
when Colin talked about that.
Oh.
That's why you can't remember.
I have the draft
He
in
even
my
brought you
office.
I think he did bring you a map.
He asked
I thought
about framing, and
I thought I saw that. Maybe not. It's down in the office
I have it in
anyway.
my office, yeah.
Okay, are we gonna hang it up, or
That's what you're gonna discuss, I think.
does that take
About
another,
getting it
does that
framed.
take another resolution, or what?
Doug, I told him make sure it was in a frame when he brought it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Okay. Motion to accept the assessor's report, please, and place on file by Mr. Bailey, second by Mr. Slager. All in favor?
Hi.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Motion to place the GIS report on file, please, by Mr. Bailey, seconded by Ms. Zurich. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And
Bills.
motion to pay all the bills. Okay. Motion to pay the treasurer's bill, please, by Ms. Zurich, second by Ms. Brunel. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Motion to pay the county clerk's bills, please, by Mr. Bailey, seconded by Mr. Slager. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Motion to pay the recorder's bills, please, by Mr. Templeton, seconded by Mr. Bailey. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. So the only other thing we have to talk about is,
I'll make that motion.
okay, by Ms. Brunel, pay the GIS assessment bills, and second by Ms. Yurt. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, thank you. Okay, where'd she go? She didn't. I thought she was gonna talk about this letter. You all got the letter from Abby that you on. Yeah, I think that'd be good.
Yeah.
Shall we go into exec for this, Jeremiah? Or wait till she's? We're gonna be talking about assessors' pay,
Oh,
compensation.
then yes, you can talk about that in executive.
Well, I thought maybe we'd have Abby in first, and she could talk about the letter that she gave us, and then we can go into exec and talk about,
Okay.
does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay, yeah, thank you. From, oh, okay, yeah, probably hand drawn. Because she's always very good about emailing me when she has hand drawings. Tried to run off, huh? Okay, we all have a copy of the letter. Hopefully you've all had a chance to look at it. Do you want to just give a kind of a summary of where you are, Abby, or?
So I did pass the exam. I am asking for formal appointment of the position. I would like to remain at the pay that I'm currently receiving. I've been here for 25 years in this office. I feel I can do the job. I've done the job, yes, I should say. I really hope that the county feels the same way that I feel about myself at this point, which I can do the job. I can get the job done. I can run the office. I'm going to keep moving forward. I'm going to try and get things improved for everybody else in the office, learning, teaching.
Okay. And she has 4 or 5 letters of recommendation, too, with her letter. Questions from the committee to Abby about anything? Tom?
Not a question, but a comment. In the past, we've had a lot of interaction with the assessor's office and another life for me. And it's always been something that we've never had issues, problems, or anything other than getting help that we've asked for. And that's come from Stephanie, and it's come from Stephanie's predecessor and from Abby as well. And from my standpoint, my point of view, I would think she'd be absolutely an appointment that we could be proud of once we make that. So I would certainly throw my support to this appointment.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Just to refresh my memory, the number here, the 115,801, how did we come up with that for your interim?
That's what
Is that-
Stephanie was receiving.
That was her salary then? Okay. That's all.
Anyone else? Okay. Well, I think we should go into executive session to discuss salary and compensation and go from there, okay?
Doug, does this have to go to salary and labor, or,
Goes to salary and
and
labor.
then they would forward it to the full board then, correct?
Goes to leg and rules.
Oh, leg and rules,
Yeah.
and then to the full board?
Yeah.
Okay.
Salary and labor meets tomorrow, so it's on their agenda. And then leg and rules meets before the board. So it could go board before that. Okay, so I need a motion to go into executive session by Mr. Templeton, second by Mr. Bailey for employee compensation, ILCS 20-/2C1. Thank you very much. Roll call. Ms. Bernal? Aye. Ms. Urick? Aye. Mr. Templeton? Mr. Bailey? Aye. Mr. Blue?
Aye.
Mr. Slager?
Aye.
And I am also an aye. So we'll call you back in, Abby, if we